Just look at this counter. Biden's DOJ adding 3 new charges to that long list that former President Trump is facing in relation to the classified documents at Mar-a-Lago, 40.
So it's the latest in a long line of legal actions against Trump, from numerous indictments to impeachment to election interference, as well as Russian collusion claims and civil investigations.
It's a lot. Let's bring in House GOP Conference Chair Elise Stefanik to comment on this. Congresswoman, so when we look at this, I think the rest of the story, every time we report on it, is something happens in the legal realm and Trump gets a bump. Something happens in the legal realm, Trump gets a bump. As conference chair, you understand a little bit about what the work that goes into getting everyone reelected. Trump's going into an election. Do you expect this latest news to be a bump, to deter donors? What do you expect Trump supporters and others will react to this?
Well, first of all, the American people see this for what it is, and that is a weaponized Department of Justice that is functioning like a political arm of Joe Biden's reelection campaign. And this is on top of the egregious abuse that we've seen in these federal agencies going back to 2016 with the fake, phony Russia hoax. And think about the amount of just news coverage from the mainstream media that pushed that false narrative. And the other thing that's important, Joey, to take into consideration, this is the same week that Hunter Biden, this was a stunning week, Hunter Biden's immunity agreement they tried to slip in. Thank goodness this judge paid attention to every word, because they were about to allow Hunter Biden to get away with numerous federal crimes and block him from any future prosecution. So what do I think this means with the polls? You know, President Trump is going to barrel towards a win in this primary election and in the general election as well. There was interesting reporting last night that of the candidates, the one that Joe Biden is most fearful of in his campaign is Donald Trump. And that was not necessarily the case months ago. So what we've seen is this strengthens Donald Trump's political position. And it's because the American people are tired of these weaponized federal agencies. And that if your last name is Biden, you get to live by a different set of rules versus if your last name is Trump, you get targeted by these agencies.
It might backfire. It really might, because if you talk to Republicans that maybe weren't going to vote for Trump or thought maybe they should have a different candidate, they're saying, my gosh, we feel so sorry for him now because of all of this. And they see what's happening and how Republicans are treated differently than Democrats. If you have an R by your name, you know, they fight. Republicans fight. They keep fighting, and they're fighting for this country. But everything's against them. And if they're prominent, then they're in trouble, it seems like. Look at the Trump campaign courtroom calendar. This is what it's going to start looking like this fall and all next year. You're going to have the first GOP debate in about a month in August, right before school starts or when football gets going, and then this all ramps up. You've got the Trump Organization civil suit on October 2nd. In January, you have the Iowa caucuses. Mixed in with that, you have the E. Jean Carroll civil defamation suit and the Pyramid Scheme class action suit. Then in March, you have Super Tuesday. Mixed in with that, you have the New York State criminal hush money suit. Then in May, you have the classified documents trial. July, you have the Republican National Convention. And then in November, Election Day. And I'm sure there'll be a lot more in between, too, that we don't know about, because there's also Georgia and there's January 6th. What's your reaction to this?
My reaction, Ainsley, is look at all of this they're throwing at President Trump. They are trying to use the calendar against him. But what they don't realize, what the establishment doesn't realize, is this is going to strengthen President Trump's position, not only in the primary, but the general election, because it epitomizes the weaponization of these federal agencies in the Department of Justice against President Trump. And you're right, Ainsley. It's not just because he has an R next to his name. They're going after everyday people. This is the same Department of Justice that has been illegally targeting parents. This is the same federal agencies that are trying to censor free speech across America on big tech platforms, working in collusion with big tech. They need to be reined in. And the reason why President Trump is in such a strong position among many is he is uniquely positioned to drain the swamp. Remember when he talked about that in 2016? Now we know how deep the swamp really goes and how weaponized it is, not only against Joe Biden's top political opponent, but everyday American people who don't get to live by the same rules as if your last name happens to be Biden or Clinton.
It's so true. You know, Congresswoman, we just saw a federal judge throw out this, I don't know what type of plea deal. It was unprecedented, according to the prosecution there. She threw it out, but also they revealed throughout that interaction that he's still under investigation for other things. You said that you believe there are more LLCs that are directly linked to Joe Biden. What can you tell us about that?
I do believe that there are more LLCs directly linked to Joe Biden, and here's why. Because this White House has been stonewalling all of our requests for additional documentation, and we need to follow these facts all the way to the top if that's where it leads. And I will tell you, Lawrence, it's because of House Republicans' majority that we've been able to uncover this, doing our constitutionally required duty of doing this investigation and oversight. It's only because of Republicans and our work that we know about the 20, what I believe is illegal LLCs of money laundering and, frankly, pay for play of the Biden administration. Much of that came in when Joe Biden was vice president. So we need to have all of the facts. The American people deserve nothing less. Transparency is important in democracies, and we're going to continue to deliver that. So I always say, follow the facts, and the LLCs are facts. The money flow are facts, and we're going to continue to do that.
Congresswoman Elise Stefanik, Republican Committee Chair, Intelligence Committee. Listen, we got a lot of legislation coming up on the calendar. Please come back and fill us in on election and, how we're governed.
Thanks,
Thank
Congresswoman.
Thank you.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.